All right, our little VFR is still missing its front end. I'd like to take care of that. So in order to get the front end fixed, first we gotta figure out our steering stops here. These guys. I've already got everything marked. We did that in a previous video on a previous day. We got it marked out where I need the new steering stops to sort of be in order to contact the frame of the bike where I want them to contact it. So we've got a framework here in place. I need to do a little bit more cleanup and stuff on here, but I want to get this steering stem off first. In order to do that, I've got just a large socket here that would fit on here pretty neatly and allow this stem to sort of pop out the bottom a bit and get going. Then in order to put it back on later, I've got this giant piece of DOM that should fit over there pretty neatly and allow us to press that on. Also got this little piece of nice hard plastic that'll allow me to put this between as a sort of little soft so that I don't damage the threads when I'm pressing on stuff. But yeah, that's the plan, the thought. I should be able to press this out the bottom. I want to mark this bottom here. Like when I put this back together, I want to know how deep, because you can see this is like recessed in there. I want to know how recessed it is. I'm showing myself this, so later on if I need to reference this, I'm still going to mark it too. I've got a little bit of a mark on there. Alright, we are over here at my press, my little Harbor Freight special press, 20-ton press. It's a nice tall one, which will be applicable later on when we have to put the stem back on. We'll need quite a bit of space here. Alright, so I've got stuff set up. I've got my little socket, fits very snugly around. It's very close to the same diameter as my actual steering stem here, so gives just enough space for that to come out. I'm gonna get this guy in here. Alright, it's out. Yeah, you can see the plastic, it just sort of got pushed down on top of the threads, which would kind of protect them, but not really the way I was going for there. So now I gotta get them off. Alright, so it's on the bench here. We should be able to take all this out. Alright, then I got my little sort of angle finder guy here, and I'm going to use this to make a radius, because we've got a radius like right in here that I would like to maintain, because that's basically when you put this on the bike, there is the head tube itself. It's pretty wide. We've already sort of clearanced this. That was one of the first things we did to get this on the bike. And so I want to continue that little radius around here. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and clean this stuff up quite a bit. Yeah, my little scratch marks might go away, and I'm going to have to redo them, possibly. Let's make them more permanent here. I'm trying to make these more permanent. This needs to be, I need to know, man. All right, I've got it marked off here, or I got it cleaned up. So I want to add filler metal all up in this front part here. So I've got it cleaned up where I'm going to do that. I'm going to acetone this thing again before I weld it. All right, I got the welding part done, and this is nothing I'm proud of. I had a really hard time with this. I almost think it's more like performance anxiety than anything, because I practiced welded on some other cast aluminum before I started this, and I was like, I got this, no problem. Still have a lot of trouble when I'm actually doing the thing that's important. All right, I'm hoping you can see that. I've got my clamp here in this clamp, and I've got my end mill here, and we're gonna try and clean this thing up, hopefully in a nice, neat way. I've never done this before, so. All right, so it's looking pretty rough at the moment. I mean, this again looks like an animal did it, even though I'm using a precise machine. I am far from precise. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up I'm gonna clean this up some more. All right, it's better. This is far, far, far from professional though. You can see like where I missed, it's just not filled in enough there. So I've got these chunky sort of gaps there where I should have put more weld material on there, but I filled these things up pretty good. I mean, in terms of bump stops, these should be very functional, you know, but they're just ugly as fuck. All right, so I think that's it for today, man. That's all I'm gonna get done. And then I need to sort of clean this up and paint it at this point because it's very ugly. So I'm gonna work on getting that done.